name says it all. I'm Hakeem Branch.
Rob Jarrell.
And today we're going to preview, when you guys watch this, it'll be this Saturday. We're filming this a little bit early. But the June 28th title fight between Terrence Crawford and Gamboa, which is happening in Crawford's hometown of Omaha, Nebraska. We got two guys who have a similar record.
Exactly similar record.
But they got their very different ways. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, so Terrence Crawford from Omaha, Nebraska is pretty active. He fought some good competition. He won the belt from Andre Klimov, if I'm not mistaken. Then he won it from Ricky Burns. Ricky Burns. But he fought Andre Klimov, which Andre Klimov came off a big win and then ended up fighting Terrence Crawford. But that's neither here nor there. He just remained active. He was on Friday night fights a few times. And he looked pretty impressive. The first time I saw him was versus Bradis Prescott. And you see a guy with good pop, great boxing technique, and he really physically was superior. Now he's fighting a guy with a great amateur pedigree in Gamboa, but Gamboa is not active at all. His last fight was against
Michael Farinas.
Yeah, Michael Farinas, and then like a year before that was like Darlis Perez, guys who he was obviously better than, but didn't knock out.
And he didn't really look that good against them either.
Right. He's much shorter, well not much shorter, but he's shorter than Crawford. I think there's about a 3 or 4 inch height difference between the two, and he's got a 5-inch reach disadvantage with Crawford. So we're looking at a guy who's just as athletic, but is longer and right now is probably in better form than Gamboa.
Now, Gamboa is a better combination puncher. I'm not sure if he has the faster hands, but he is a better combination puncher. He will put together 4 to 5 punch combinations and look good and have pop on them. The problem is, personally, I still think he fights like an amateur. I mean, he's had a lot of pro fights, but when you see him go rounds, he fights in very, very hard spurts, like obvious spurts. You see him go in there, he'll tear it up a little bit, then he'll take it off. Tear it up a little bit, take it off. It's like he fights 3 or 4 rounds at a time, and then he takes off a couple rounds, then he fights 3 or 4 more rounds, then he takes a couple off. And I don't think that's going to be a good thing against Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is a guy who is very steady. He gets better as the fight goes on, and he does show terrific adjustments as he did against was it Ricky Burns? Ricky Burns. I don't know why I keep wanting to give that guy another name. Sorry, Ricky Burns.
It's not Gavin Reese.
No, yeah, it's not Gavin Reese. It's Ricky Burns. But in that fight, he got better as the fight went along. He made some great adjustments and ended up taking over that fight. I kind of see the same thing happening here. I watched some sparring footage of Gamboa. It was media day footage, so I mean, you kind of take it with a grain of salt. I mean, it's not like a full, real type of sparring environment, but he was getting tagged a lot. And the guy he was sparring with, I'm not sure who it was, had a similar style to Terrence Crawford. I mean, that's probably what they had him there for, but in this particular sparring session, he was shining. Hopefully that doesn't translate to what happens in the ring. The cameras on all that good stuff, but it's not a good look.
I think he's, like you said, he's going to try to overwhelm Crawford at the beginning. I think it's because he's so muscular, because he's short. He's pretty muscular for a guy that's only about 5'5". So he's explosive, but if he can't carry that stamina against a guy like Crawford, he can't take rounds off.
No,
because that's when Crawford's really gonna. It's gonna look like he's putting in way more work, and he's going to be landing a lot more. I don't see this going well for Gamboa just because of his time off and his pension to take off time, and he looks like he gets disinterested in fights probably halfway through. He should have knocked out Farinas and Perez, and he just didn't. And if I'm not mistaken, he has a tendency to get caught and knocked down.
Yeah, he does. Very much so.
And Crawford,
he's got a cold chin.
Yeah, but Crawford has put some people down, and I think at this point, this isn't a guy that you're just gonna, oh yeah, I got knocked down, let me just get up.
Yeah.
I think Crawford's gonna go for the kill if he sees that he has Gamboa hurt.
Which would be a dangerous thing because Gamboa can punch as well. But my pick is Crawford over 12, pretty wide decision.
Yeah, I'm going unanimous decision. I think it's as the fight wears on, Crawford, you'll start seeing him win rounds.
Yeah. So that's it for this video, guys. If you like it, make sure you like it. If you got a comment, make sure you comment. Follow us on Facebook, Capital Combat, Google+, same name. If you have a question, we got the comment section, Facebook, or capitalcombat@gmail.com. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.
This is round one, and you've already lost. They don't seem to see that everything we've done is coming and gone. My fists are on fire. I perform till I perspire. My demons are in a rage. Keep thinking that it's a game. I kick rhyme, hurricane. I told them I don't play. I'm liquid.
Black Street Fighter.